I got
Welcome
you.
to King Global News. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey. Welcome to PN Global News. Oh my God, dude. Almost 3 years and we're back. We're back on the
We're
set of PN Global News with Rodney Woods and my partner Antonio Davis. What's up, AD?
What's going on, Rod? How you been, my brother?
Man, life has been good, but we've had our challenges, our ups and downs, trying to scale as a small business is what we've been
Mhm.
trying to do to help everybody else. So
Right,
we have all of those talks every day, all night, you know.
man. I hear
So
you,
how
bro.
you been?
I've been good, man. Just blessed. I wake up every day feeling blessed about the things that I'm able to do.
Yeah.
But excited about being here, man. It's been a while. I think we've both been uh, out here, continuously kind of grabbing this experience and kind of molded it in a way where we can turn back and just share with all the other small businesses out here. So
Yeah.
I'm ready, man. Ready for this journey. Ready for us to start sharing, my brother.
Yeah, boy. Look here. It's been look here. It's been so long since we've been on the show. I gotta start wearing little glasses, dog.
Rod, I'm not even. I ain't gonna say nothing. I can put mine on, but we don't even need to go there.
Oh man, look at I say, okay, it gets a little blurry every now and then. So I'd be like, okay, look, Rodney, you gotta
Yeah.
put some glasses on so you can see exactly what you're talking about, dude. But
Oh,
man, again, man, it's such a blessing to be back here at PN Global News. Like I said, we've had about a 3 year, layoff, trying to perfect our craft, AD, as we do in the gym playing basketball, trying to get it right and get it right for all the businesses out here that are trying to gain access to capital or contracts, man, trying to scale his or her business. So it's just
yeah.
a blessing, man, to be back. And I'm so happy to one be sitting here in front of anybody and everybody so we can be seen.
Yeah, man. That's the way you have to be now. If you're not thinking about sharing information or jumping on this information highway, you're gonna be left out. So we,
Yeah,
we have
yeah,
to
for
keep
sure.
our skills kind of honed and make sure that we're out here sharing all the stuff that we're learning day to day.
Yeah, man. So listen, so for all the viewing audience and the listening audience, and we'll apologize for a lot of things that we said that we were going to be on all these platforms, on all the social media platforms, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all that. But as you would have it, we've had some tech challenges in the beginning. We've had some tech challenges in the beginning, trying to get all the social media platforms all synced up the right way so that we can continue to, you know, tell our story, teach you what we've learned over the years as a small business, as minority businesses, also as entrepreneurs, and really give you the real deal. This won't be fake news.
Easy.
It won't be fake news, is that,
Don't
but
be
it be
fake news.
real deal, right? Hey, real deal.
Yeah. Rod, I have to say this, man. Over the last few years, um, running my own small business has been as much of a reward as it has been a challenge.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I have to sit back some nights and laugh the stuff that you were telling me years ago. I'm hitting myself upside the head. I was like, man, I should have listened to Ryan. You know what I'm saying?
Hey
But I'm
man,
here now, man, and ready to share.
it's all good. Hey, it's all good. We go through those challenges, man, and it's just one of those things you don't want to go through it, but unfortunately, you go through it if, in fact, you don't pay attention. And not that you don't pay attention. Sometimes, man, everybody's coming at you with so many different things and
Mhm.
how to do this, how to do that. How do you get money? How do you access capital? All those type of things. So people come at you with all kind of things, and man, you're asking yourself, who do I listen to?
Right,
Right? Who do I trust?
right,
Who's gonna tell me the real thing about my business
right, right.
and let me really understand so I know how to actually get to the next level? And it is all about getting to the next level, man. It's
No,
all about getting to the next level.
it's definitely that. Definitely that.
So again, I want to thank, man, you for one. I definitely want to thank T Mac for believing in me, way back when he's an investor. And I know he's sitting around somewhere mad as HELL. Like, Rod, you better hurry up and make this money, boy.
Yeah, it's all good, man. We built this space together, man, and trying to build an incredible team. And I want to shout out to T-Mac too, Sonia, Dean, Damien, and all of our incredible investors, including our newest member of the team, Michael Irvin.
Yeah, Mike,
I'm
man.
excited about having Mike, man. All the energy I see on TV, I know he's going to bring. I just can't wait to hop on
Look
that.
here, I got to do an impersonation. Y'all got to listen. If y'all ain't going to get this right as an entrepreneur business, you're not going to get this right. You got to get it right. You can't play with this. You got to perfect your craft. You got to understand what you're trying to do. That's Michael Irvin.
Man, I love it.
Mike, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, we talked about that passion though, man.
Yeah,
anything
man.
You do if you don't have that passion,
Hey, man, that brother got passion like you wouldn't believe, man, and he's so sincere about really trying to help those, who really need help, man, trying to get to the next level.
Yes.
And I know we all are. Antonio, I've talked to you many nights. I've talked to you back in the day when you was playing ball. I talked to Tracy, back in the day when I told him what I wanted to do. And he's like, Rod, I'm with this. If I can change my community, if I can change my peers and we still as athletes and entertainers and people who made money still live the same lifestyle, man, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to do that. But man, it this too. It's like we talk about children. It takes a village to raise a child. Man, it takes a village and a couple of more villages to raise businesses.
Yes. Yes, it really does, man. Because there are just so many different aspects of business. Once you jump in, you're pretty much a novice. You're starting at ground level. Hopefully, you have a strong skill in one of the areas that's needed. But if not, you really pay for that information, right? You pay for an accountant if you don't know how to do your accounting. You pay for the management of your processes. You pay for marketing. Like all this stuff you got to pay for, and all these different hats you have to wear, and it's all on your shoulders. It's really tough, to sustain that kind of, day after day, week after week, month after month.
And you have to do it. It is all about you. Now, first and foremost, one, you got to get up every morning. Right? I always say this on my Monday mornings, on Playbook Investors Network and PN Community. I say, listen, you got to get up first. You got to continue to get up, even when it's a struggle, even when you're down, even when, you don't know how you're going to pay the bills or pay your staff and so on and so forth. You still got to get up and go face it. You got to get it. Even when you still got to pay your investors. And I say this, man, it's not a funny thing. We all been through it, but you got to pay your investors.
Yeah.
They're mad.
Yeah.
Man or woman. If they give you money and you don't get it back in time, they are mad at you, but you don't run away from it. Face it. Yeah. Keep getting it. So I always say self is not going to take care of you. Right. You got to take care of self. So that means you got to get up. You got to face it. You got to get it going. You got to keep driving your business. You believe in it. And the people who gave you money, they believe in you.
Yeah.
They like the business.
Yeah.
They definitely believe in you.
Yeah. I think most times people are investing in you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they may look at the numbers to understand the business, make sure it makes sense. But at the end of the day, they're investing in you getting up and doing what you said that you were going to do with their money.
Yeah. And so I always, man, I just advocate. I'm a strong advocate and I got to lead by example. Don't run away from it. Communicate with your investors, even though they don't want to hear like, hey, man, I got this coming. And they said they're going to pay me next week. And they said they're going to pay me like in 2 weeks. And it don't happen. Just don't run from it, man. Just keep grinding, keep scaling. But also Get educated on what you really got to have, Antonio, when it's time to walk in that bank and ask for money, or it's time to talk to that private equity group or that venture capital group or that family office who has money now, to deploy into your businesses and stuff. You got to be ready for this stuff. So this is real serious stuff. This ain't no BS. This ain't the relationship channel at PNGlobal News. There's none of that. It's all about you and your business. And for myself and Antonio and Tracy and Sonia and Dean and Dame and many others, and we want to pay homage to, it's kind of sad, some of the ones who were with us, AD, when we were traveling back and forth to Houston just to do the show, when we were doing PNGlobal News, when we started almost 3 years ago. We lost Jesse McRae, our former COO, who was with me around the country. And you guys know that. Yeah. And we lost him. So, we pay homage to Jesse. I mean, he's up there looking down on us right now. We're going to see him one day, but not soon. We ain't trying to do this nowhere near soon, right?
We got things to do first, Ron.
Yeah. So Jesse, Jesse, get on this tangent. Hey, we're going to see you one day, but not yet. We still got a lot to do. Yeah. And then Julius Thompson, a lawyer of mine, and he passed on like a month after Jesse, and we lost AD, as we lost so many friends, so many family, so many loved ones, the COVID and everything else, and a lot of people, who couldn't take the pressure, even in small businesses. I lost three or four friends, and I hate to even say this too, because it's real. Stress is real, mental illness is real, but I lost 3 or 4 friends to suicide. They couldn't handle the pressure in business, the money that they owe people and stuff like that. So, pay homage to those who've gone on. So,
man, absolutely. And I think a lot of times people go into business for themselves for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah.
And I don't want to work for nobody else, and I want flexible hours, and I want all this. I want to make my own money, and at the end of the day, with that comes a lot of responsibility,
Yeah.
I think, even when you were talking about getting the money, I think a big part of that, and I had to learn this the hard way sometimes, is, the money that you're asking for, make sure that ask, however much it is going to get you where you're trying to go, right? Because asking for too little or too much doesn't work, right? You don't ask for enough, you look around, you still need some more capital. You ask for too much, you done borrowed all this money, and now you're just trying to find ways to spend it when you didn't necessarily need it. Now you're paying for that money. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's real, man.
So to have a real plan around, okay, I need to scale, so I gotta hire a couple of more operations people. I may need to hire somebody else in sales and marketing or whatever. Understanding, what the going on rate for those people are, and how long will it be before you start producing money to actually pay them and pay back the money that you have. There's a long list of things you need to do. And like you said, we all need capital for growth, right? Either equipment or people. But let's make sure when you get that capital, you're, one, spending it where you say you were going to spend it, right?
Absolutely.
And then two, you have a plan for that money. Because a lot of times when they ask, whether it's institutional lending or we talked about some of these other commercial lenders, investors, or what have you, they want to know, what are you going to do with this money? What is it for? And to have a great answer for that is just so imperative at this point.
No, man, you're so on point, man, because it is all about understanding what the money is for.
Yeah.
And the money is for two things, Antonio. We talk about this all the time. It's for human capital, people that we need to hire for our marketing, our advertising, our social media, PR, whether you need a fractional CFO, which I think all businesses need a fractional CFO because we don't understand finance. All of us don't totally understand finance and how it really works. So we
Right.
do need a fractional CFO. If you need a fractional COO, operating person, you know, you need a technology CTO, a technology officer, or him or her to be in your business to help you on the technology. If in fact you don't have technology in your company today, you will not survive in this game. You can't. You can't survive in the game without technology now. Even though what we're doing right now, streaming, digital platforms, blah, blah, blah. If you can't reach the people, you can't reach the masses and stuff anymore, you will not scale in this business. You just won't.
Right. And information goes so fast now too. You have to be able to collaborate with your team at all times. Especially like you say, in a small business, everybody is not wearing just one hat. They're wearing several hats. So we all need to be, you know, collaborating on whatever the issue is and getting it done together as a team. You know
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, man, let me tell you something, man. Here are some eye-opening facts about small businesses.
Let's talk about it.
Man, there are 33.2 million small businesses in the U.S.
Oh my goodness.
33.2 million. That's a lot of people, man, like as entrepreneurs, right, in the U.S.
Yeah.
Making up a staggering number of 99.9% of all businesses.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
That's crazy. It's crazy.
I just want to make sure we put some facts out here.
Right.
These small enterprises are credited and generate nearly 2/3 of all new jobs from 1995 to 2021.
Wow.
Yep.
You gotta sit back and let that soak in a little bit.
You do, man. You're right. So 33.2 million small businesses in the United States. In 2021 alone, AD, we saw a record 5.4 million new businesses applications filed. Now, 5.4 million applications filed.
That's crazy.
And you know that this is an entrepreneur society.
Yeah.
Listen. True fact. I'm gonna throw myself under the bus. I've done this in the front. I've done it before. I love my kids. I love my kids, dog. Love them. I want my son and my daughter all to be just like daddy, right? Follow daddy's lead.
Yeah.
Understand how this works. And it's a tough path, true, right?
Yeah. Right.
But you want them to be so successful. They don't want the business.
Right.
They want to be entrepreneurs.
Right.
They don't want the business. And I don't think most of our kids, and I'm speaking for a lot, most of our kids don't want our business. They don't want to know mom and dad really. They know what you do and they know you provide them. They want to do their own thing.
They want to do their own thing.
And look at NIL right now.
Oh my goodness.
NIL, right?
OMG.
They're making more money than the parents ever made.
You know what I'm saying?
You got two kids professional.
Man.
And you got other kids, but you got two kids playing professional sports.
Yes. They missed that NIL stuff by a few years now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That makes all the difference in the world. But you know, that's a huge factor, man. You know, when it comes to that. And again, because we have so many people who are trying to be entrepreneurs, and like you said, now you got all these young people who now are, you know, coming into these large sums of money, right? It is imperative for us to continue sharing this information because, like you said, I don't want, although my kids may not want my business is business, right? No matter what business you're in, you're going to need capital to scale, to start, to whatever. You need capital, right?
Correct.
And a lot of times you can have a great idea, you can have a great product, you can have a great whatever, but if you ain't got no money, one, you can't start, and two, you can't sustain, and three, you can forget growth. You can't even sustain, right? Because before you get into it, you got to have cash flow because you got to pay people, right? In order to do whatever it is you're trying to do so that you can make the money so you can get some flow. So that's one of the things that's that becomes very difficult. And while we're talking about cash flow, so I've been in the transportation industry for about, I guess, 8 years now.
Yeah.
And the first thing I realized is I had to have that cash flow. A part of my business was, I would have these big companies that I'm moving freight from their warehouse to their stores, for example, and they're paying me like sometimes net 60, net 75.
And sometimes you can't hold on after
Can't
net 60, net 90,
because I'm
net
having,
120.
you know what I'm saying? I'm having to pay my employees net 14, right? I'm having to pay some of these other carriers net 30. Like, so how am I getting cash flow in so that I continue running my business? So what I
So now,
did,
so we got
go
to
ahead.
break it down though,
Okay,
because
okay,
for the listening audience and
okay,
the viewing audience,
okay.
when you start talking about net 30, that means you're not getting paid for 30 days, 60
Right,
days, or 90 days, or 120 days from the corporations.
right.
When you perform that job
When I
and you
perform that
complete
job,
that job, yeah, you
right,
complete that job.
complete
You
that.
might not get paid your money for doing that job for 30, 60,
See,
90, or
yeah.
120 days.
And let me add something to that.
Sure.
And that term sometimes starts after you get your paperwork in right, because
Absolutely.
they want to
Paperwork's
see
important, getting it
all
right.
the documents. They want to see the invoice. They want to see proof of delivery. They want to
Yes,
see
sir.
all this other stuff. And then once I get it in right, then that time starts, not before.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
that's why
And
that net
so,
30, net 60 can turn into net 90 or 120 because of that. Sometimes if your accounting is not on point.
and we're going to get into that too, because like when we start talking about net 30, 60, 90, 120 days, there's some things that's going to come into play just so you can survive in the game. But we're going to get into that tonight.
No,
So that's a whole another segment of money, buddy. A
Yeah.
whole other segment of money. But the thing is though, man, this is so important. And we wanted to here at PN Global News, we want to be able to share all the things that's going on in the marketplace, all the things that's going on in society. However, I need to say it so you understand it. What's going on in society, what's going on in the world, what's going on in your backyard, what's going on in your city, your state, whatever. We want to let you know exactly how it works. When you talk about transportation, that's a segue too, though. AD, we got to think about when I've been sitting back listening to Cam Newton talking about his brokerage company, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's some things that really need to be said in relations to that brokerage company too, right?
Yeah.
And when it comes to transportation, right?
Yeah.
So we got to get Cam on the show.
Okay.
And we got to have a real talk about transportation. Transportation is a good business because believe me, I've jumped into it by understanding what it is and seeing some of my friends, some of my peers, in the medical transportation space. So we created a company called Diverse Health, in transportation, that we want to take people to and from, the hospital and their homes and blah, blah, blah. But that's coming too. Diverse Health is coming. It's not a plug right now, but it is coming to your neighborhood soon. So it's getting ready to come. But but transportation is key.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's key. It's key to a lot of things.
It's when you think about it, and one of the reasons I jumped in, everything we have, our desks, this computer, my monitors, the food, the clothes I wear, everything had to be transported from point A to point B,
absolutely,
point B to point C to me, right?
Yes, sir.
So
To the end user,
to the end user, the last mile, right? So that's why I felt like there were just so many opportunities in there. And just like anything else, and you talked about it earlier, if you don't have technology in your business and use technology in your business, it's going to be hard for you to, one, maintain, and two, scale, right? There were so many things that I learned as I start going through that should be automated, right?
Okay.
Like I was just talking about that billing process. I started off, printing a piece of paper, sticking it in a file, and all this, and then sometimes having to take that and scan it and mail it, put it in a PDF, and all this other stuff.
Yes, sir.
By the
Absolutely.
time I finished, I wasn't using any paper. By the time it came to me, I had to check a couple boxes, and everything was automatically sent over to basically my financier, who was kind of funding me for cash flow. So I instead of me needing 4 or 5 people in accounting, I can do it now with 2, and I do it twice as fast
Yeah.
because of technology, right? So that's one of the things that I learned. Uh, I was kind of upset. I was ticked off because if I had learned it earlier, I would have saved a ton of money.
I
But it's
know,
just
right?
one of those things as an entrepreneur, you're kind of looking for ways not to necessarily cut corners, right? But to just be more efficient in
Right.
your business, right? Because that was saving me a ton of time. It was saving me, paper. It was saving me, and it was saving me too because a lot of mistakes that are made when you're invoicing are human mistakes,
Yes.
right?
Correct.
I take that human element out. Now all my people were doing was just making sure the numbers lined up, they added up, they looked right, and we validated them. That's
Yeah.
all I really needed people for.
Man, bro, I mean, we got so much, so much to share with, the public, all entrepreneurs, all the athlete entertainers, which leads me to say, AD, this is exactly what we're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Our mission right now at PN really is to empower all businesses, anybody that's in business, thinking about a business, trying to become an entrepreneur. We want to educate you. We want to, help you, get to that next level, not fail. So we want to work with, as we talked about, you and I and Tracy and a whole lot of others, Michael and all the other guys and girls. We want to work with athletes. We want to work with entertainers, entrepreneurs. We want y'all to be able to access the capital and contracts that you need, right, to thrive,
For sure.
to scale your business. So that's why Playbook Investors Network, PIN in short, Playbook Investors Network, PIN, see, PIN Global News, PIN Community, Playbook Investors Network, PIN. That's why PIN is the dynamic, partner for you. And it's for the B2B side. This is not for just the consumer side of things, but this make you understand if you are a business and you're trying to grow a business, this is all for you. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
No, man, and creating a platform where we can have these conversations, we can share information, we can give guidance. I just think as a PIN member, you unlock access to all these valuable opportunities, including the virtual events that we have, the webinars, industry specific question and answer sessions, collaborative group discussions. We offer all the resources, man, to help you secure capital, procurement opportunities. And when we say procurement opportunities, again, it's like I remember before COVID hit, and I learned this from you, going to the national conferences, minority and diversity conferences, making sure that you are prepared to do that, right? Because those are the people who can offer you, when you say procurement, they want your services. So you can get that contract, so you can build your business, right? So you need some cash flow to kind of get moving. So we have those expert insights. We have subject matter experts that will be able to answer specific questions to you, right? Because a lot of times, like you said, because we got these small businesses, you're in it already, and you hit this point where for some reason, you're like, hey, I've been going and everything's been good. I've been making money. My numbers have been going up, but something ain't right, right?
Something ain't right.
Something ain't right, right? So
right.
we have that education for you too, right? Let's sit down and do an analysis, whether it's from an accounting standpoint, an operations standpoint. I guarantee you we can help you kind of figure out how you're going to get to that next level and tell you kind of what the speed bump is. Or again, you listen in on one of these group sessions or webinars or something, it may unlock some thought that you might have, and really kind of uncover some of the things that you haven't kind of taken apart, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know why somebody said, man, your collar's jacked up. I'm like, it is?
I couldn't hardly tell. I thought you had like a turtleneck or something.
I was like, my collar's jacked up. I'm like, okay. But no, man, listen, hey, it's so important, man. And I mean, you know, I'm passionate about it. I know you're passionate about it. I know Tracy was passionate. You know, when I hear Michael and Damon and all the others that we've talked to over the years, you know, about, you know, George Lynch's of the world, all the guys, man, we've all shared, like, how do we really change this game? You know, and someone be like, Rod, this is crazy. Why you want to build something like this, man? I'm like, because social media is everything. It really is everything. And this is a way to reach people who are really, really serious about his or her business. And that's what it's about. And it's a lot of people to touch. It's a lot of people to talk to. Don't get me wrong, but we're passionate about it, so we try to talk. I don't care if it's 400 people. I mean, you guys, we've been in trade shows where it's what 2,000, 3,000 businesses. No. We try to hit everybody, right?
Everybody, like a mad person, right?
Just right. Hey, listen, we try to talk to everybody.
Everybody.
I don't think, and I'm just putting this disclaimer out here. I don't think people really know how serious this really is when you're really trying to help somebody else, not just yourself, but help somebody else get to the next level. And if somebody's really trying to help you and you see that, man, just listen, pay attention, join the community or join other platforms. It don't have to be us.
Right.
I'm not on no platform. You got LinkedIn, you got TikTok, you got Twitter, you got Facebook, you got all that. But are they going to really help you understand who you are for real, where you are for real, and what you really trying to get to? Because a lot of us, and I'm not going to call us out like that, but a lot of us don't want to be honest about what he or she really has financially.
Right. Right. Which is a huge mistake.
Correct.
Huge mistake.
We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to say, hey, man, look, AD, I ain't gonna lie, dog. I've been trying to get this right, man, but I ain't filed my taxes in 3 years.
Right.
Oh,
no better time than the present. That's my answer. Well, no better. Let's get on it.
Let's get on it.
That third year, let's file this. Then get to that second. Let's file this. Let's just do our thing.
Let's just do it. So we've made mistakes, and you know the old cliche, man. We'll do everything to keep this business going. We'll sell everybody. We'll sell the mama, daddy, kids. Everything to keep the business going, you know, we will.
You got to, right?
But we'll do it all. But man, listen, it is a time now, you know, that you got to get it right. You know, things are changing rapidly, you know, and access to capital is really, really tough. It's tough.
It is.
It's not like an easy thing. To, okay, I got a 680 or 700 score, I get money. That's really not true neither.
Yeah.
It's not true.
And then the rate at which you're borrowing that money,
absolutely,
that interest
rate
based on your credit score it'll kill you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I like I say, man, like we will be here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. East Coast Time, 6 p.m. AD time on the West Coast.
West Coast.
AD in Oakland, y'all.
man, I moved back a few years ago, and it's crazy you say that, Rod. There's a lot of things that I learned while doing business here in California.
Right.
And I've gone through, being sued, class action lawsuits, workman's comp lawsuits. It's just, when you talk about small business in California, it's totally different than anywhere in the country. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'm just like, oh my goodness, if you can do business in California, You can do business and New York. You can do
California, New York,
business
you can do business anywhere.
You do business anywhere. Exactly.
You can do business anywhere, man. But
Yeah.
you gotta have you gotta have the knowledge. You definitely gotta have the knowledge. You gotta have the education. That's why we built PN Community. And please, please join us at www.pncommunity.org. If you're trying to get educated on the access to capital, or contracts. I mean, this is not just for us like to make money. Everybody's in the game to make money. So let me keep it honest and very transparent. Everybody is in to make money. If you have money and you want to be philanthropic, that's great. Give money to those who you want to give money to, but give them a blueprint to do right by your money.
Yeah.
Right, Andy?
Yeah. There's so many great examples out there today. I think back when I played, and whether it was family or friends, which we're trying to help both.
Yeah.
Right? I can only imagine if I said, hey, I'm just going to be the investor. I'm going to invest in you, right? So you're going to go back to school, or you're going to study franchising, or you're going to go be an accountant, or you're going to go into real estate. I'm going to pay you to get your real estate license. I'm going to pay for it to get your real estate license. And then we're going to go out here and make us some money.
There you go.
Like if that was my attitude, things would have been, I'd have been running a conglomerate right now, right? I'd have had real estate, franchise, car sales, all this other stuff, right? So, it's like, when we talk about athletes, entertainers, or anybody who has that money to invest,
I
want people to think about this community like that, right?
Yeah.
Hey, sign your people up to come into our PN community. And if nothing else, they're getting the knowledge before you give them the money. They can come back with a business plan. They can come back ready to just explore something, right? No matter what it is. Because again, through all the stuff that we offer, industry specific stuff, webinars and what have you, you're gonna be in this community, and something's gonna spark your interest and your passion, and then you're gonna need some capital so you can get moving. So there's always that point before, like, okay, I need capital. Before that, I gotta have a plan, and then after that, I gotta be ready to execute.
Right.
So we want to put you in a position where we educate you. So that once you get the money, you're ready. And then after that, you're ready to grow your business and become a glorified, not small business, but medium-sized, large business, right?
Right. So, our team is blowing us up, AD. Like, okay, Rodney, Antonio, y'all need to get some Q&A questions out here to you and the audience. Also, go to YouTube and view us live on YouTube. We will have all the social media platforms back up. We truly apologize that we didn't have the LinkedIn, the TikToks, the Twitters, Facebooks, all that stuff together. I want to blame my young mentee, Rydell Shorter, but I'm not going to blame him today.
It's somebody's fault. Somebody got to take it, Rod. Somebody got to get
Rydell Shorter, it's your fault, man. I'll be like Michael Irvin. Boy, you better get it, boy. You ain't got time to play with you. Get it right. But no, man, seriously. It will be on all the platforms, and we're so passionate about it. I mean, y'all, those who know me know I'm passionate. I really want to turn this around. I want to turn the game around. We always talking about we can't get access to capital, and nobody's giving us money, and it's true. Nobody's going to give you money until you get it right, and even when you get the money, and I'll be the first one to throw my own self on the bus. You got to return it. It just sometimes you just hit so many obstacles in your way that it's hard to get it back, but just don't go away from it. Just stay with it, stay passionate about it, stay grinding. You got to get more educated. You got to get more business. You got to do things so that you can get that return back to those investors. So at least they'll be happy with you. They will be happy with you. You get that money back. And I know anybody who's loaned money out be happy to get their return back, as opposed like, oh, well, I knew when I gave it away, it wasn't going to come back anyway. Right?
Yeah. How you looking for somebody, right?
So if we got any Q&A questions, please, I guess they go into the link and ask us a question, and Radel or Sonya is supposed to be manding the questions. Have any Q&A? Great session thing. Sharing experience. I don't think, man, I know we didn't do that. We did okay, but no questions at all.
Well, let me, in closing, man, I think the reason I'm excited about not just the Penn community, but being back in this space, man, is because, again, like I said, I just started trying to be an entrepreneur, 6-8 years ago. And
right.
Before then, I was always investing in somebody else's idea, somebody else's passion, and giving them the power to see what it is that they can do, right? And I'm so although, like I said, there was some huge ups and downs. I'm just so excited about the journey because of all the knowledge that I gained. So it was really just a super expensive, 4 to 6 year, I say college experience, right?
Yeah.
You go off to college, you pay all this money for this knowledge, and then you have to figure out how to apply that so that you're just learning business, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of reap what you sow. If you are in your business and you are putting forth this effort and you're making sure that you show up every day, like you said, Rod, you make good decisions, you ask questions, you're transparent about your financial situation. If you join this community, I can guarantee you that you will be better off than not being in this community, because there'll be so many people that either are subject matter experts or right where you are or trying to get where you are, and everybody's just kind of lifting everybody up, man. That's my vision that I see in this. As more people join, we may have some collaborations. There's a lot of things that can come out of this. So I'm super excited about the Penn community. I hope everybody comes back and continue to support us on Wednesdays, and we'll just be excited to keep bringing in special guests and kind of running our mouth, man. Make sure we're spitting this wisdom out here.
Hey, listen, we're not just running our mouths to be running our mouth, but we're really giving you guys, ladies, real experiences. We will have major corporations on here with us. I mean, the corporations that either I've worked with or our peers have worked with, from the Toyotas to the Microsofts to the Volkswagens to the Cokes and Pepsis, the Frito-Lays, from the financial groups. We're bringing in private equity groups. We're bringing in VC groups. We're bringing in micro lenders, which is another subject that we're going to really talk about, I think, in the next segment when it comes to the micro loans. Antonio, we talked about that a lot. Mm-hmm. We're going to bring in family offices. We want to bring in groups that you guys or ladies may have not ever seen before.
Right.
But they have deployed money to businesses all around the country. And we just want you to hear from the real people and why they give you money. And also why they don't give you money. We really want to talk about it. We want that talked about. Why did you not get money here at PNC Bank or Wells Fargo or Bank of America or Truist Bank or your credit union? We got to talk about those things, right? Because this is the only way we're going to we're going to learn, and it's on you to learn it. And we're going to put the tools out here for you, but it's on you to learn and scale your business, but we got to put the tools out here for you. And that's what we're doing. And we want you to hear the real deal. This won't be fluff, won't be BS. Sometimes, we might say something that might hurt somebody's feelings, and I'm gonna apologize before I even say anything. And I'm quite sure you've already heard some testimonies from AD. You know, there's been some huge ups and downs, and you know, he played NBA ball. How many seasons you play, A?
13 years, man. 13
Woo!
beautiful years. Yeah, yeah.
I wish I could have got like 2 years.
Man, I played with you, Rod. I don't know, man. That jumper is nice.
Look, I ain't gonna say I'm giving everything because I love where I'm at right now, though. But if I could just got 2 years here, not gonna get hurt, I've been good.
I could have fast forwarded mine and just finished playing about 5-6 years ago. I'd be straight right now too.
Yeah, man. But I still pay a little homage to Michael Irvin and Deion Sanders and those guys, because they gave me an opportunity to play with them in that celebrity basketball playing against every NFL team. And I wasn't, you know, Dallas Cowboy. I was just, you know, regular basketball player.
Right.
But we had a role. And that's one thing too. We all have roles to play too. But you know, Mike and Deion, they put me out there and we traveled playing all NFL teams, and them some competitive dudes, man. Oh my goodness.
I bet.
Competitive. And Mike still is competitive. And
I bet.
You know, I call Deion Harry. So Harry, he's competitive too, but he's still Harry to me.
Man, we're all competitive, bro.
Yeah.
We don't lose that. I think as men, as athletes, as whatever, we're competitive. It's just the way it is.
We're competitive, man. You gotta be competitive in your business too. I mean, that's the one thing you have to do. You got to be competitive in your business too, and you're gonna always basically have competition. You're gonna always have competition. So the things that Antonio alluded about, networking with people in the community or outside the community that's like you. You guys can get together sometimes and build a bigger business. It's gonna always be somebody that's gonna manage money. That's just the way it is. You know, you just gotta build up a trust for each other. You gotta work with each other, network with each other, talk to each other. Closed mouth won't get fed, right?
I think we got a question.
Okay.
As an aspiring entrepreneur, what are my first steps within the pen community?
Joining. Hey, join the pig community. That's the first step. Once you join the community and start to navigate a little bit, because it's depending on where you are in business. Like, you know, and I'm gonna give this to the community, to the listeners and the viewership now. There's what we call classes of business. Class 1 business is $0 to $1 million. A class 2 business is $1 million to $10 million. A class 3 business is 10 million and 50 million above. And class 4 is 50 million and on up, hundreds of millions, $1 billion or what have you. So you're in these class of businesses, but even as a class 2 business from 1 to 10 million, you still can be considered a startup business.
Yeah.
You really can.
Yeah.
You can be considered a startup business. So the first thing to do is just join the community, network, ask questions. You know, we're bringing in all these relationship managers, you know, to work with different groups, to guide you through the process. And please, you know, be a little patient with us too, because when you have an influx of a lot of people coming in at one time, everybody wants the same stuff right then and there. As any business today, if you asking for money, you was asking for money a year ago, right? You needed a year ago. You needed a couple of months ago. You know, but when you're talking to us, you need it now, but you really need it a long time ago. So now we got to clean up some stuff. So you got to be not only patient, you got to be transparent.
Yeah.
You got to be really transparent. We know that there are ups and downs. We all made it. We all have made them. And the ones who hadn't made it, God bless you. I'm so happy that y'all made it to the top and you didn't make no errors. That's great. Because I don't really. And I had this conversation with Torrey Hunter, Major League Baseball AD. We had a little debate one time about and maybe we shouldn't do it now, but do you have to fail to really scale? But if you've seen so many businesses fail and you've seen so many obstacles they had to come across, you know, gaining access to capital and contracts, or you got a pen community or other platforms to teach you about that, you don't have to fail to be successful.
No. You don't have to fail. And then we have to define what is failure.
Yeah.
Right? because to me, failure, and you said it a while back in the podcast, is just not getting up, like not getting up, showing up, and doing what you got to do, no matter how
Yeah.
hard it is.
Yeah.
Failure to me is really quitting, right?
Yeah.
Because if you went, you raised money, you had a business, and then you lost that business, that's to me that's not failure, because you gain knowledge. If you get some more money and you try it again, you ain't gonna do that same thing. You ain't gonna fail that same way. So
Right.
you gain something from not being successful. I hate saying failure because it's not
Yeah.
final.
I do too.
It's just something you go through, right? But I want to be specific about this question that was being answered, because it is a good one. If you're inspiring to be an entrepreneur, when you say first steps, for me it just kind of depends on where you are in that journey. Why do you want to be an entrepreneur? Do you have a product? Are you selling a service? And if so, let's talk about that, right? Because you need to figure out how much money you need or whatever else you need before you actually start, forming your business and becoming an entrepreneur, right? So I think, to be very specific, is join the community, right? Get in that's whatever that specific area is.
Yeah.
Ask questions with people who may be a little further ahead of you, starting off at the same way. And then from that, I always talk about business plan, right? It's a chance for you to put everything down on paper so you know how to make that thing work. And you show everybody else that you have an idea, and it's not just an idea, but you have everything after that to prove that, hey, now I'm ready to get some money and turn the lights on and get this thing going. So that's where you would start, is just trying to figure out where you are in that process so that you know whether or not you need money, you need help flushing out your business plan, or you just now getting started and you need help forming your business. Whatever it is, that's what we give in the PIN community.
Yeah, and that's great, AD, because we've always talked about that too. Because now we got the NIL coming up, and a lot of kids who have a lot of money want to become inspiring entrepreneurs and stuff. But you got to extract whatever's in your brain. We got to extract that and put that on paper. I'm telling you, you have to talk about it. You got to extract it from your brain, and we got to put a plan. You got to put a plan, a strategic plan or a blueprint on how you're going to grow this business. What do you need to have in this business, as Antonio already expounded on? Those are things we have to do. Yeah. You have to know exactly what you're going to do, because otherwise you'll waste a whole lot of time. You waste a whole lot of other people's time, and you still be trying to figure it out. But if you
don't get a lot of chances at bad either. Everybody will keep giving you money for you to blow. So you better get it right, right?
Right.
Better get it right.
But we always say you try to get it right on the first time around. If you just perfect it, you listen, pay attention, and also learn on your own too. Go out and research stuff. We've had to believe me, when we was building PIN, I ain't know nothing about technology. I was calling AD, T-Mac, you name. I'm calling them because I thought they knew everything because they had money. Right. They had money.
Ain't know nothing, right? Ain't know this is shoot.
Hey man, they got the resources. Hey man, call your financial person up and let me talk to them, right? And I do that, and I'd be like, damn, excuse me, everybody. I did say a curse word.
It's okay.
But they don't really know nothing because I done researched all that, but it didn't tell me anything I need to do differently so that I can access some money.
Yeah.
And we know, man, listen, playing ball and everything else, not to go backwards, but our financial groups, and it's a sensitive subject. You know that though, They got a fiduciary of your money. As anybody's managing money, they got a fiduciary of your money to manage your money, tell you what to do, how to do it, blah, blah, blah. But when you really don't know something, you don't want to sound ignorant like, man, I ain't know nothing about it. But you'll ask questions.
Yeah.
Questions that you've learned over the years, but that still don't mean anything. You still don't know. And next thing you know, you $20 million lost.
Man, I mean, sometimes you don't even know what to ask. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at the end of the day, you're just looking at your bank account, and seeing how fast it's either filling up or going down, right? Either or. If it's filling up fast, you're good. if money start coming out fast, you're like, what the heck is going on? We got to make
Yeah.
some changes, But another thing about technology, everybody watching, if y'all like this, make sure you hit your like button. Like, I'm just learning this whole social media space, this technology space. But I do know if we're saying something that either inspires you or was a good, just make sure you hit that like button for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, and I know we're at a close. I think it is 9:02, 2 minutes over the 9 o'clock Central Time hour, and 2 minutes over your Pacific Time hour.
Yes, sir.
So, in closing, listen, it's always a blessing to be here to either be seen or be heard. I'm here with my boy, my partner, Antonio Davis. We want to continue to do this every Wednesday. As you guys know, that we'll be every Wednesday, 8 Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, PM, and 6 o'clock Pacific Time. Tell your peers, tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody about it, because it's really going to take a village to raise a lot of businesses in your own community. And the only way we're going to ever have a real social impact in this society right now, we're going to have our own money. We're going to have to do it together. So, in closing, go ahead, AD. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, and as we are here on Wednesdays, we're going to try real hard to let you know, the subject matter that we may be talking about. We're always going to be talking about gaining access to capital, but there's a lot of things that goes into running a small business. After you get that capital, before you get that capital, where are you getting that capital from? What kind of capital is it? Like, we'll be discussing everything around that and trying to bring in subject matter experts for you to hear, especially if it pertains to you. So always follow us, always like us, always invite your friends, share the links that we have. We'll do our best to come in here and share all this wonderful information for you that will help you grow.
So with that being said, from the man himself, Antonio Davis, a pleasure, brother, seeing you. I'm going to see you soon in person.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
But our viewing audience and our listening audience want to thank you all for joining, and continue success, continue blessings. But most importantly, get your up every morning and go get it. All right. All right. Rodney Woods, Antonio Davis. Bye-bye.